Hi guys, Mr. Bennett here. Now in today's activity we're going to be looking at placing the following numbers on a number line. Alright, so you need to look at where these numbers are going to fit on a number line between 0 and 1. And obviously with a number line it can go from negative infinity to positive infinity. So you can have negative numbers, positive numbers. Now you notice down here what we have is we have some numbers which are fractions and some are decimals. So the key thing there is how are you going to be able to work that out if you don't have a comparable unit. Alright, so you either have to put all of these things into fractions or you need to put all these things into decimals. Alright, so for this particular case I think what it might do is I might put these all as decimals. Okay, so if we're looking at a half, 1 divided by 2 is going to be equal to 0.8. I'm just going to change the thickness of that so you can actually see it. So that's 0.5 is what a half's equal to. If you do 1 divided by 4, this is another one of those common ones, you should recognise that as being 0.25. Right, 0.25. Now we've got 3/4. Alright, so 3/4, I want you to picture that as being 3 divided by 4, and you'll do that and you'll notice that's actually equal to 0.75. Right, and then we've got 0.2 is already decimal. Now 7/8. Now I need to probably go and use my calculator. So what you'll need to do with this particular thing is go to get your calculator, divide 7 divided by 8. And that's going to give you an answer of 0.875. Now we know 0.75 is the same as 3/4, so that's the same. Now if we have 5/8, that will be 5 divided by 8. Doing that on your calculator, that's going to be equal to 0.625. And then 4 divided by 5, well, that's going to be equal to 0.8. Okay, so that's looking at those. So what we need to do is we need to put these in order of lowest to highest. Okay, so on our number line. So probably when you're looking at your number line, just having a guess, what I would probably do is I'd go roughly about halfway. Going halfway, and you could put that as a half. Okay, and then halfway between a half and 0 would be 1/4. And then halfway between a half and 1 would be roughly 3/4. Right, the next bit, we've got 0.25, got 0, so I've got that one, I've got that one, got that one. Now 0.2 is like 1/5, or it's a little bit less than over here, isn't it? So imagine that's in 5 little pieces here. That's what you could do. So it's going to be closer. It's going to be about there, I reckon. So that's equivalent to 0.2. All right. Now we know over here that's 0.75. 0.65. Now 0.65 is, well, it's probably going to be almost halfway, not quite halfway between there. So if we're looking at that, it's probably going to be 0.625, having an estimate there. And then you've got your 0.8 and then your 0.875. So 0.875 is about 1/5 there. Right, so that's about 0.8, or put it up above the line, 0.8. And then we've got 8.5, so again it's probably a little bit more about that again. So that there is going to be 0.875. Right, picturing where that actually occurs is a really important part of mathematics. Now I've just got another little task for you, okay? Another little task for you is if I have my number line, bit wobbly, that line there. Okay, if I said to you, on that number line, I'd like you to place the following. I'd like you to place between 0 and 1,000. So that goes 0 and 1,000. I'd like you to put on there, I'd like you to put 1. I'd like you to put 10. I'd like you to put 100. And I'd like you to put 500 onto that number line, please, for me. All right, so that's your task to do. Keeping in mind, you need to know how to do that above task without actually watching the video. All right, so that's the